of a multi-headed dragon from Slavic folklore, spitting fire and raining down destruction on its enemies. It's also the name of one of Ukraine's most impressive and effective military assets, a homemade strategic bomber that's utterly obliterating Russian infrastructure. Soaring through the skies like the mythical beast it was named after, the Gorinich drops bombs and carries out kamikaze dives, wiping Russian factories and other assets off the map, while leaving nothing but smoke, flames, and rubble in its wake. It's another outstanding example of Ukrainian innovation to go along with the countless other extraordinary weapons, defenses, and strategies Kyiv's commanders and engineers have come up with since the invasion began. We've seen Kyiv create AI-powered automated air defense turrets, maritime drones capable of shooting enemy aircraft out of the sky, and so much more. But the Gorinich may very well be the most impressive innovation of them all. So here's a closer look at what it is and what it's capable of. The Sky Ranger. Created by Best Off Aviation, which is based in Toulouse in the south of France, the original Sky Ranger first launched in 1990, though numerous additional variants have been developed and launched in the intervening years, including the Sky Ranger V Fun, Sky Ranger V Max, and Sky Ranger Swift. Hundreds of these aircraft are in use across the globe. They measure up at approximately 18 feet in length, 5.5 meters, with a wingspan of just over 31 feet, 9.5 meters, and a height of 6 feet 7 inches, 2 meters. Their empty weight is around 550 pounds, 250 kilograms, with a maximum takeoff weight of a little over 1,200 pounds, 560 kilograms, and they can carry up to 13 gallons, 50 liters of fuel. Performance-wise, the Sky Ranger's Rotax 912UL Flat 4 79.9 horsepower engine allows these aircraft to reach peak cruise speeds of around 93 miles per hour or 150 kilometers per hour, and they're able to ascend up to 900 feet per minute, 4.6 meters per second. They're sleek and simple ultralight aircraft, popular with beginner pilots and recreational aviation enthusiasts. The team that made them could never have imagined that their planes might someday be used to bomb Russia, dealing literally billions of dollars in damage to the Kremlin's assets and infrastructure. But that's exactly what's happening, and it's all thanks to one man. Also known under the name of Gorinich, this man has refused to reveal his full identity, but shared his extraordinary story with Babel's reporters. Born in western Ukraine, he spent large parts of his childhood moving around, living at times in the far east of the Soviet Union and Kamchatka region, going on to study economics at university before entering the world of business. He was exceptionally successful, owning and operating his own multi-million-dollar company and enjoying a lavish lifestyle. But in the 2020s, his life would take a series of dramatic, unexpected turns. First, the COVID pandemic hit in 2020, bringing Gorinich's business operations to a sudden stop. He decided to make the most of his newfound freedom to learn a new hobby and discovered a passion for aviation, first watching videos on YouTube before setting himself a mission to enroll in aviation school and obtain his private pilot's license. He wasn't alone. Aviation became quite popular for flight and trainee pilots to hone their skills. New airfields opened up, and those that could afford their own ultralight aircraft made the most of the opportunities, with the likes of CEOs and high-profile businessmen like Gorinich signing up at their nearest private pilot schools. Gorinich quickly fell in love with flying and developed a close connection with his trainer, Maxim. Maxim was a lifelong lover of aviation, announcing his plans to become a pilot to his parents when he was just 6 years old. He became obsessive about aircraft, spending hours of his free time on sites like Flight Radar 24, tracking the movements of planes across the Kyiv region and beyond, studying individual aircraft and deepening his knowledge day by day. Once he was of age, he joined the National Aviation University, going on to complete his first solo flight in 2017 and achieving his pilot's license soon after. His instructors were so impressed that they offered him the opportunity to teach other aspiring pilots. He accepted, first becoming an instrument instructor, then a multi-engine instructor, then a night instructor. he helped train hundreds of students, including Gorinich, before being offered an even more exciting opportunity as a Boeing 757 pilot with a newly founded airline, Supernova Airlines. He was supposed to start specialist training in 2022 and foresaw a thrilling career ahead in the field of commercial aviation. Gorinich too entered 2022 with hope and optimism construction project to improve infrastructure across the country. Then Russia invaded, and any hopes or dreams the two men had for the future immediately went up in smoke. Soon after the invasion, Gorinich volunteered to serve in the military, despite having no military training or background. Like so many other citizens from various walks of life, he wanted to play this part in defending his homeland. However, unlike many of his fellow volunteers, Gorinich had multiple close connections within the Ukrainian government, and one of his high-profile acquaintances offered him an opportunity he couldn't refuse: the chance to join up with Ukraine's Special Operations Forces to carry out special sabotage missions in occupied territories. Gorinich quickly contacted his old flight school instructors to carry out special sabotage missions in occupied territories. Gorinich quickly contacted his old flight school instructor, Maxim, who agreed to join him. The two underwent training before being deployed to the Donetsk region to work with Avenger unmanned aerial vehicles. These light aircraft-style UAVs had a tactical radius of around 25 miles, 40 kilometers, and could drop bombs weighing up to 8 pounds, 3.5 kilograms on their targets, before heading back to base and using parachutes to land safely on the ground. Given his aviation background, Gorinich quickly saw the potential of weapons like the Avenger to deal massive damage to enemy assets. He accurately predicted that drones would have an important role to play in the war as it progressed, and he was eager to ensure that his side gained some sort of strategic advantage in this rapidly evolving sector. The Avenger was a good start, but Gorinich felt that the concept could be taken much further. He envisioned a next-level Avenger, a bomber that could travel hundreds of miles into enemy territory to carry out precise and destructive deep strike attacks. Not only that, but he also believed he had the skills and experience to bring that bomber to life. In early 2023, he got the chance to prove it. He and Maxim were sent to serve in different military units of the Special Operations Forces. Maxim became an instructor, training new recruits on how to use the Avenger effectively. Gorinich, meanwhile, transferred to a Spec Ops center near Bakhmut and got to work on building a bomber that would change the face of the war forever. First, Gorinich needed a base, some sort of framework he could mold and modify to meet his ends. He settled on the French Sky Ranger thanks to its impressive tech specs, plus the fact that it was available to purchase in the form of $50,000 DIY kits, making it a significantly cheaper prospect than many other ultralight planes on the market at the time.
Factory price.
Next, he needed a team. He sought out adept engineers with the skills and experience needed to refine and retrofit the Sky Ranger. He knew it wouldn't work with its default design and layout. It needed major changes, including the implementation of an autopilot system that would allow it to take off, carry out aerial maneuvers, and land safely back on solid ground without any actual pilot behind the wheel. It also needed more fuel to go further than before, along with military-grade navigation